Welcome back. So in this video, we'll be discussing about the overview of Active Directory service. So generally, Active Directory service is a Windows domain management service, and also the directory service is a hierarchical structure that stores the information about the objects on the network. And also the Active Directory service, such as Active Directory domain service, provides the method of storing the data and making this data available to the network users and the administrators. And also, Active Directory domain service stores the information about the user account, such as names, password, phone numbers, and so on, and enables other authorized users on the same network to access this information. Active Directory stores information about objects on the network and makes this information easy for administrators and users to find and use it. And also, Active Directory service uses a structured data store as the basis for logical hierarchical organization of directory information. And this particular data store is also known as the directory, and that contains the information about the Active Directory object. And these objects typically include the shared resource such as the servers, volume, printers, and the network user and computer accounts, etc. And basically, the Active Directory is uh, a different and unique model. Basically, Active Directory, a logical model to understand about it. So basically, the Active Directory domain service allows the administrators to organize elements of a network such as users, computers, and the devices into a hierarchical containment structure. And also the top level containers of the forest within forest or domains and within the domains or the organizational units. And this is the called the logical model because it is independent of the physical aspects of the deployment, such as the number of the domain controllers required within each domain and the topology. And understanding about the Active Directory forest. So basically, a forest is a collection of one or more Active Directory domains that share a common logical structure, directory schema, and the directory configuration and the global catalog informations. And also, the domain is in the same forest or automatically linked with a two-way transitive trust relationship and understanding about the Active Directory domain. So basically, a domain is a partition in Active Directory forest. Partitioning data enables the organizations to replicate data only to where it need to be. And also, in addition, the domain supports a number of other core functions related to the administrations, which includes network-wide user identity, which means the uh, domains allows the user identities to be created once and reference on any computer joined to the forest in which the domain is located. And also the domain controllers that make up a domain are used to store the user accounts and the user credentials securely. And further understanding about the Active Directory domain, so we also need to understand about the authentication. So basically, the domain controllers provide the authentication service for the users and supply the additional authorization data, such as the user group memberships, which can be used to control access to the resources on the network. And further understanding about the trust relationship, basically the domains that can be extended that can also extend the authentication services to users uh, in domains outside their own forest by means of the trust. And understanding about the replication, basically the domains define a partition of directory that contains the sufficient data to provide domain services and then replicate it between the domain controllers. In this way, all domain controllers are peers in the domain and or managed by a unit. And understanding about the domain tree. So basically, a domain tree is made up of several domains that share the common schema and configurations. So formatting a contiguous namespace. And for the domain is a tree or a domain in a tree or also linked together by the trust relationship. And that's all for this understanding, and we'll discuss the remaining topics in the upcoming videos. Until then, bye bye.